Hey, good morning, Floss Tube. At least it's morning where I am. I am Rebecca. I am the Route 66 Stitcher. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by again. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel about mainly cross stitch. I do have some other kind of needlework as well. It is been since July, since my last floss tube, and kind of lost track there for a while. We've been actually going from doing the transition from remote work back to on site and hybrid, and work really picked up for a while there, and it got kind of crazy. So it doesn't mean I quit stitching, it just meant that I didn't really have a whole lot of time to do anything else on the weekends except try to play catch up. So enough about me. Today's all about the stitching, so let's get to it, shall we? I do have some full finishes to show you from where I last left off. And the first one that I have is Plum Street, Bigfoot Bunch, Plum Street Samplers. I had stitched this, I just did not have a full finish on it yet, and I do now. And I made it into a pillow with some of the little ittiest bittiest buttons I have ever seen in my life. They're supposed to be for, I guess, for dolls' clothes is how they were advertised. But they're super cute. And just basic fabric all the way around with some trim. And Plum Street Bigfoot Bunch. And then I had been working on also another Plum Street sampler, so this is going the direct opposite of where I think it's going, and it's going to take me a while to get used to that again because it's been a while. Plum Street Samplers Corgi Caboodle that I was doing for my aunt and uncle for Christmas, in remembrance of all of their corgis they've had through the year, and I finally finished it as well. Just a simple back with some ruched ribbon around the outside. Actually, I lie, this is not ribbon. This is actually glitterized elastic that I found, and the color just matched perfectly, and I'm certainly not using it for its elastic properties. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I could not find a chenille or trim or pom-pom. I couldn't find anything that actually matched the colors in this appropriately, so I was pretty happy to stumble across that. And again, that is Plum Street Samplers Corgi Caboodle. And that is another Christmas present officially finished. And I know that I had talked about this before, Pedal Pushers Pick Your Own Pumpkin. And I had done the white pumpkin punch needle, so this one down here in the corner. And I had actually finished the punching and sewn it together, but I didn't have all of it completely finished yet, and here it is. Just made it into a pillow, put a little ribbon on it with a little, get my focus, I Love Autumn acorn charm on there. This is actually an envelope pillow, and I purchased, I made it the size that I could just buy a regular insert on Amazon, so just basically a pillow insert is what's going on with there. So that is completed as well. So I have been getting stuff done, just not putting it out there. I have actually continued my adventures in Hardanger. I finished this, which way am I going? There am I going. I finished this Hardanger ornament. This is a, come on, you're not going to hang straight, are you? There we go. Hardanger, this is a Doreen Jones Hardanger pattern. It is just a really quick and simple Christmas ornament. And so I finished, this is a start and a finish since the last time I've been here. I'm trying to get couple more of these done to go out on the Christmas packages this year. And I had been working on, in July, I had actually gotten the wool adhered to the weaver's cloth, and it was in the hoop, and I was going to start punching Cgk Crafts autumn leaves punch needle on wool. I have completed them. I have 2 of them here. The other 2 went to a smalls exchange at a stitch group that I attended, and here's one of them, the leaf, and it turned out super cute. And then this was one of the other ones. I'm not really sure about the whole bead thing in the middle with it looks really phallic to me. Come on, focus. Maybe not. There we go. Thinking about taking those off and doing something different with this, but at the same time, I don't know. Might just leave it as is and just call it a day. There are the 2 other pillows that are part of this set. I will pop in up here somewheres that went to the small exchange because they turned out really, really, really well as well. So that's what I have for finishes. Moving along to, that's what I have for full finishes. Let's move along to just finished but not full finishes. Apologies, it is morning here. I do need coffee. First up would be ink circles. This'll do. Did finish stitching this, and this is with all of the called for DMCs, and it is on a black lugana, 28 count. And I think it's just a basic black lugana. I probably got from 1, 2, 3 stitch, and I got a yard of it, and I'm not sure what I thought I was going to do with it, but it's really heavy material. It feels almost like a denim. So that's done. Next up is Lindy Stitch, and this is Jackalopian Tapestry. Jackalopian Tapestry. This is complete. I had shown you it as a work in progress last time I was here. And here you go. Boop. This way, sorry. And I pulled out the bunny bum and put in turkey stitches instead. So it's a actual fuzzy bunny bum. And then most of this is called for with a few substitution of Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers silks. So now it's finished. I have to do something with it before next Easter period. So that's done. And I, like probably the rest of the world, bought the Autumn Garden Nashville Market retreats with the Cottage Garden threads. I bought Stitchy Pros patterns that I've completed, and again with all of the Cottage Garden threads that came with it. I knew what I was getting into because I have purchased Cottage Garden threads before and absolutely love them, so that was pretty much not an unknown. But I finished Shiitake Happens, and again, not fully finished. I just have it on a board right now. I haven't done anything else with it, so there's something else that needs to happen with this, but it's a start of a full finish. so that's come along. What else have I done? Well, quite a bit, now that you asked. I had purchased quite a time while ago something called Postcard patterns, and I'd found these at Silver Needle in Tulsa. And this one is called Ham and Gingham. And so this is a postcard that has the pattern on the back. And you're just supposed to send the pattern in the mail. And my aunt and uncle are into doing the whole, they've retired and live probably about a quarter of the time in their RV traveling. So this is for them. Canned ham and gingham, and this is on a lugana, and probably a 28 count, and it's done with 310 just basic black, and then one of the pink silks from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. I have since found out, Floss Tube World, I did not know this. I don't know if the author of this pattern, Melody Gilmore, knows this, but in the RV world, if you're in an RV park or traveling around with your Airstream, if you put a flamingo out in your yard or by your RV, it means that you're swingers and the door's open, come on in. I had no idea. No clue at all. So, yeah, I don't know that my aunt and uncle know that. I don't know how I found that out either. But apparently it's a true story. So there you go, canned ham and gingham. This is, I want to say, Everything Else by Mystic Fabrics is the color. All right, so that's Postcard World. And then I went to Needlework Galleria at the end of September, beginning of October this month. And Pedal Pusher had a limited edition kit called Freaky Fair Isle, which is a perforated paper bat with weeks dye work. Ultraviolet was the color of the floss that came with it, and it is done. I haven't cut it out, and I haven't mounted it yet. I have until I don't know, next Halloween to make that happen. It is super, super, super cute. I will probably make more of these in different colors. Barbie of the designer, Pedal Pusher, she really, really went all out on this, and it could not be cuter. It's got the little skulls in here and the little bat up in here. It's just really super cute. She did a great job with that. And so those are the fully finished, somewhat finished, and I guess it's time for whip. All right, what whips have I been working on? Well, I have, as always, been working on my Peppermint Purple Blackwork SAL, annual SAL, that comes out every single year. And it releases one block a week. I have finished the border, and I am completely up to date. And this is a 32 count Lugana opal. Yeah, it's an opal. And it's Mystic Fabrics grab bag. I do not know the name of the color. I don't even know if it is a named color for her. And then the DMC floss. It's a DMC floss number 900 is what I'm using for that. And so this matches my other two. So I have the 2020 and the 2021 Blackwork SAL as well. So it's going great. I'm keeping up with that, which I've never done in the past, so I'm not going to jinx myself by saying something tragic's going to happen, but it just might, because I've never done that before. And this is, next up, Moths and the Moon by Tiny Modernist. I've had this pattern for maybe a couple years now. 2021, maybe just a year. It seems like I've had it longer than that, and it's been sitting in the bad project closet taunting me. So I pulled it out, and I am doing this on just basic Swigert, and this is a Lugana 25 count called Stone Gray. And I am stitching this 1/1 with the all the called for DMCs. And I stitched the entire border first. Can I tell you how happy I was that that border actually matched when I got back around the other side? It's like I didn't want to put in all of those butterflies and then, or moths, excuse me, they're moths, and then have it not match up. So this is what is a current, it's been living in my Lowry stand for a while. And then again, I'm doing this with all of the called for DMCs. So, and that's been fun. I'm actually enjoying that one a lot. And then I think I mentioned that I had purchased when I was in New Orleans in June. Well, no, I didn't tell you about it, maybe. Yes, I did tell you about it, that I had purchased when I was in New Orleans in June. I had purchased... Ooh. So when I was in New Orleans in June, I had actually put it out as haul before. I had purchased a pattern called Tulane Green Wave. My friend who lives in New Orleans is a huge booster of Tulane University, and I've been to Tulane football games and basketball games, and I've been to a ton of Tulane stuff because of her in her travels. And I have pretty much finished everything except the fringe. And I have not finished the fringe on this because I am missing beads in the kit. And when I say I'm missing beads in the kit came with the correct number of beads to do what needed to be done for that fringe. Somewhere along the way, I lost them. So I'm going to have to do 3 on each side instead of 4 on each side. So I need to pull them off and then kind of redistribute them. So it's looking really good. I'm not doing this in the called for Threadworks Metallics. I am doing this in Treasure Braid Petites instead because I actually had those. So that's coming out really cute. And again, it's in a hoop. It's something I'm actively working on. So there you go. So Tulane Green Wave. What I worked on when I was at Needlework Galleria was something that I've had for a while too, and that's Kelson's Why What? And here's Why What. And I have changed the words. I've put what with the cat that's supposed to be why, because the fabric actually, I don't know, it's going to give me more of a better rectangle for this, I think. This is a 36 count linen. It is a grab bag from Mystic Fabrics. I don't know that it has a color. I am doing this in the called for DMC, and I am using 310 Floss for this instead of the 6-stranded floss, and I'm using 1 strand over 2. And I'm really liking the coverage that I'm getting on this fabric with the Floss. I think for 36 and 40, it's great just with the one strand. I don't know if I would be as happy with the coverage on, say, a 28 or a 14 kind of count or lower count. Anywho, so this might begin by next Halloween. And again, this is Kelson's What Why. And then last up is this beast. Last we talked, I had banished her to the bad project closet until she sorted herself out and what those stripes were going to be. And I think I have a plan. I took her to Needlework Galleria. I asked a lot of opinions. I bought a lot of different flosses. Nothing really worked. You know what I did? I just decided to go with black. And I think black is working, and this is, I don't know if it's actually showing or not. Maybe get the sparkle there. This is 310 Étoilé. So it's got the sparkle to it. And I think, quite honestly, I think I like that. It's subtle, but noticeable. And it's not overwhelming or distracting from everything else that's going on. And it doesn't look Halloween-y, which is what any of the yellows and oranges did. So this is Laurel Daub. I searched for an ancestor. All the information I'll put down in the description. But yeah, I might actually be able to knock her out by the end of the year, now that I've figured out what I'm doing for those stripes. So she's coming along really well. She doesn't have to live in the bad project closet anymore. Which is saying something. All right. All right, let's move on to a little bit of haul, shall we? This is certainly not all my haul. I may have gone a little overboard at Galleria, but considering I only do that about once a year, I'm going to let that be. As always, I do have my Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers for Silk of the Month Club, and this is August, and it was lilacs in really pretty colors that she put out there for us this time. And that was August, and then September was the Sunflower Pack. Which really, really fun colors. And then this one I just got in the mail yesterday. Based on what some of it looks like, it had a rough travel. But really super stoked about these neutrals that she sent for fall. Very, very dark browns, gray browns, and then yellow browns. Really happy about that. So that's where the Silk of the Month Club is falling out right now. I did buy, I think just like everybody else who watches Helen D on FlossTube, I did go out and buy a Val Stuff Bat Kit Crazy. I got the green kit. I have not started, haven't started any of it yet. It's all still here. So that is on the list of stuff to do before next Halloween as well. Got a lot of stuff to do before next Halloween. I have no hope of getting any of it done by this Halloween. So I purchased that. When I was at Galleria, there was a new vendor. You can tell where I spend my life. Provider. And it's their first time there, and they were called Creative Angle. And Creative Angle crafting.com. I'll put the information down below. But they are a beading company and small business, and they create needle minders and scissor fobs and scissor cases and needle tubes and storage for beading. And I actually bought I bought a couple of their. So this is the Humbug needle minder. Daisies. It comes with all of the beads and the stuffing, the beading thread, beading needle, everything you need is in this kit. And the beads are Delicas. And gives you more than enough than what you need to do the kit. And this Humbug is part of a kit. If I wanted to do the rest of the kit, I absolutely could just call her and get the kit. So, really nice kit. I got the Daisy's Humbug, and I got the, beads are escaping. The beaded scissor fob, the Ghost. And I got this as the Round Robin. It was the kit they gave out at Round Robin. So I got a couple of her kits. And then the majority of what I bought at, So I walked in, the majority of what I bought is fabric. And I bought not a lot of places around here to buy fabric. Most of what I have to do is mail order, and I don't know what the color is until I get it, exactly what the color is, if that makes any sense at all. So that makes it kind of difficult sometimes. I get a lot of fabrics that I'm like, well, that's great for something else, but it's not going to work for what I actually bought it for. And so I actually went into it with the intention of spending money this year on fabric and being able to see and feel and actually know what the colors were, the primaries, how it read in different lighting, all of that kind of stuff that's important that you don't get to do when you're ordering online. So so I got a lot of fabric, not gonna lie, and I got one piece. This is called Nutmeg Linen 40 Count by Atomic Ranch, and it is stunning, absolutely stunning modeling, great fall kind of colors. I'm really happy with that. The fabric I bought the most of, all of this is Fabrics by Stuff. So I had gotten to her room last Galleria last year, and she was sitting there with maybe 3 pieces of fabric looking like she had been the victim of a drive-by. So I went to her room first this time, and I got some lugana. This is a 40 count lugana. I've never seen such a thing before. So I'm really excited about, really stoked about that. I got linen. Pretty color. Somehow or another I ended up with a yard of this. Great neutral. It's not as heavily modeled as the Nutmeg from Atomic Ranch, and it's lighter in color, so definitely going to be useful. What is this? Falling Leaves, and this is again another linen in a 36. And this is Butterscotch Cookies. I was in a fall mode, obviously, and this is a lugana 28 count. And this is another linen. This is a 40 count, Peppermint Sparkle. And then this is a lugana 28 count Jack's Rum. So yeah, that's what I got. I spent a ton of money on fabric. Ton of money. And it's all fall. I'm going to be doing a lot of fall stitching next year, obviously. So yeah, that's all I have. It's great to be back. Thanks for stopping by and checking me out. I do appreciate it. And hopefully everybody's having a great stitch time out there. Bye.